Hola amigos! Welcome to Everyday Spanish with Stephanie. Today we're doing something really exciting. We're doing a song breakdown. We're gonna dive deep into the song Hermanita by the group Aventuras, and this is one of my all-time favorite Spanish musical groups. Now, before we start, I do want to let you know that this video will be a little different from videos we've done before. We're gonna go through the song line by line, breaking each part down and translating as we go. But don't worry, I'll have the English and Spanish translations up so that you can follow along easily. After we break down the lyrics, I'll share a few key vocabulary words that I think you should know. But don't stop there. I want you to write down other vocabulary words that you are also learning. Remember, the more words that you know, the better you'll understand the song. We'll talk about that a little later on in the video. Now, if you're wondering what Bachata is, it's a type of music and dance that is hugely popular. It originated in the Dominican Republic and is still really popular there as well as other Latin American countries. Now, I've been listening to Aventura since high school, and let me tell you, their music is phenomenal. What makes them so special is their ability to tell stories through their songs. The music itself is beautiful, but the lyrics, they're on another level. Another thing I love about Bachata, especially Aventura's music, is that it's usually clean and romantic. Unlike some other modern Spanish music, which can be pretty vulgar, Bachata usually doesn't have any curse words. It's a great genre to listen to when you're learning Spanish, especially because the lyrics are usually clear and use simple language. Now let's talk about Aventura's song Hermanita, the song that we're gonna break down today. This was one of Aventura's follow-up hits after their breakthrough with the hit song Obsesión. The song itself actually tackles a pretty serious issue, domestic violence. The title Hermanita actually means little sister in Spanish. The lead singer Romeo in this song is pleading with his little sister to leave her abusive partner. It's a heartbreaking story, but it does shed light on an important issue that is still prevalent in many Latin American countries. Before we dive into the lyrics, I do want to emphasize how important it is to understand the context of a song. Knowing what the song is about helps you connect with the lyrics and understand the nuances better. So, whenever you're listening to Spanish music, try to identify the main story or theme of the song. Alright, let's break down these lyrics. I'm gonna read through the lyrics in Spanish, and you'll see the lyrics in both English and Spanish on the screen. Pay attention to the words, the grammar, and how they express these powerful emotions. Okay, here we go. Let's read the lyrics. ¿Cómo pasan los años? Ayer éramos niños. Mami y papi luchaban por nuestro porvenir. Tú cuidabas de mí, hoy yo velo por ti. Hermanita, te adoro. Sé que no eres feliz. Alright, now in English, how the years pass. Yesterday we were children. Mom and dad struggled for our future. You took care of me. Today I stay awake for you. Sister, I adore you. I know you are not happy. Otro golpe en la cara. Esto es cada semana. Y como siempre, una excusa que tú ganas al fin, que él se burle de ti, pero ¿qué hago yo aquí? Aunque quiero ayudarte, tú lo aceptas así. Another hit in the face. This is every week. And like always, an excuse. What do you gain in the end? That he jeer at you? But what do I do here? Though I want to help you, you accept it like this. Tú eres mi sangre, y mi meta es salvarte, y rezo por ti. You are my blood, and my goal is to save you, and I pray for you. Hermanita, él no te quiere. Tiene como 20 mujeres, y tú lo ves. Sister, he does not love you. He has like 20 women, and you see it. Te maltrata. Luego tú lo defiendes. Dale mente, no te conviene. ¿Qué no lo ves? He mistreats you. Then you defend him. Think about it. It does not benefit you. Don't you see it? Lloras. Cada vez que te pega, lloras. Me da rabia y pena. Lloras. Como siento tu temor. You cry every time he hits you. You cry. It causes me fury and sorrow. You cry. How I feel your fear. Lloras. De sus manos puedes morir. Lloras. Ese hombre te hace sufrir. Lloras. Él te hizo ese moratón. You cry. At his hands you could die. You cry. That man makes you suffer. You cry. He gave you that bruise. Lloras. Cuando escupe tu cara. Lloras. Y con malas palabras. Lloras. él se siente superior. You cry when he spits at your face. You cry, and with bad words. You cry. He feels superior. Ese hombre es un animal, un cobarde sin dignidad por pegarle a una mujer. That man is an animal, a coward without dignity for hitting a woman. Él no es digno de que tanto lo ames. Piensa bien, tú eres la culpable y tú lo ves. He is not worthy of you loving him so much. Think well, you are at fault, and you see it. Ladies, keep your head on. Come on. Mis sobrinos no deben ver su mami correr. En tu casa hay un monstruo y tú duermes con él. My nephews should not see their mother run. In your house there is a monster and you sleep with him. Anda y cuenta las horas que te ha hecho feliz. Luego cuenta los años que te ha hecho sufrir. Go and count the hours that he has made you happy. Then count the years that he has made you suffer. Yo no soporto ver a mi hermana llorando. Ese hombre es una rata. I cannot stand seeing my sister crying. That man is a rat. No existe hombre que pueda obligarte a estar con él. Puedes alejarte. ¿Que no lo ves? There does not exist a man who can force you to be with him. You can get away. Don't you see it? No es respeto. Lo que yo veo es miedo. Tú le temes a ese perro. ¿Que no lo ves? It is not respect. What I see is fear. You fear that dog. Don't you see it? Lloras. Cuando llega a la casa, lloras. Como un perro borracho, lloras. Y te pega sin razón. You cry when he comes home. You cry like a drunk dog. You cry and he hits you without reason. Lloras. Y los niños solo lo ven. Lloras. Le gritan, Daddy, no. Lloras. No le pegues otra vez. You cry and the children just see him. You cry. They scream at him. Daddy, no. You cry. Do not hit her again. Lloras. Ese tipo te humilla. Lloras y te habla mentiras. Lloras. Él no tiene corazón. You cry. That guy humiliates you. You cry and he tells you lies. You cry. He has no heart. Debería mejor cambiar que me venga a mí a pegar. Yo lo pongo en su lugar. He should change instead. Let him come hit me instead. I would put him in his place. Una otra, Lala, I love ya. Your little brother's got your back. Another song, Lala, I love ya. Your little brother's got your back. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. I know those lyrics were a little bit hard to listen to. Now that we've gone through them, let's point out a few key vocabulary words. These are some words that I think might be particularly useful, or maybe they're just new to you. Remember, when you write these words down, always include the context. It'll help you remember them better and use them correctly. Okay, number one, our first word is porvenir, which in this context means future. The lyric says, Mami y papi luchaban por nuestro porvenir. Mom and dad fought for our future. Next, we have velar por, which means to watch over. In the first verse, the lyrics go, Ahora yo velo por ti, and now I watch over you. Excusa is an English-Spanish cognate, meaning words that sound similar. Excusa means excuse in English. Siempre una excusa. Always an excuse. Okay, and speaking of vocabulary, let me tell you about an amazing resource that's been helping me expand my vocabulary. It's the Unacademy Languages app. It's honestly like having a Spanish tutor in your pocket. The app has fantastic vocabulary practice that helps complement song learning perfectly. I'll tell you a little bit more about how I use it later on in the video. Stay tuned. Okay, so like we already went over, hermanita means sister. It's actually a diminutive, changing hermana to hermanita, little sister. Sometimes the ita suffix can mean little, but in this case in the lyrics, he said your little brother's got your back, so we know that it's not a little sister. In this case, the ita suffix is an affectionate diminutive, meaning dear sister. Tú cuidabas de mí, hoy yo velo por ti. Literally, you took care of me, now I watch over you. Velo comes from the verb velar, which means to stay awake, considerably past dark and the normal time to go to sleep. It can mean to keep vigil, to guard well into the night. You might be familiar with the noun vela, which means candle. The image of someone velando should bring to mind the image of maybe someone holding up a candle, keeping watch over you. Let's break down this lyric. Dale mente, no te conviene. We can translate maybe 3 possible ways. Think about it, it does not benefit you. Or think about it, it does not suit you. Or even think about it, it does not serve you any good. How about this lyric? Él no es digno de que tanto lo ames. He is not worthy of you loving him so much. Now this lyric, piensa bien, tú es la culpable. Literally it translates to think well, you are at fault. That is a little awkward and it is what it said, but it's referring to more you are at fault for loving a monster, not at fault for being hit. Yo no soporto ver a mi hermana llorando. I cannot stand to see my sister crying. Or even, I cannot endure, support, withstand to see my sister crying. This lyric, tú le temes a ese perro, translates to you fear that dog. If we translated that like literally word for word, it would come out to you have fear for that dog. That's where the le comes into play. That's why you need tener le in this particular sentence. Debería mejor cambiar. This lyric means he should change instead. Or a literal word for word translation comes to he should better change. Mejor is the Spanish word for better. All right, amigos, now that we've broken down the song, let's go over some tips for learning Spanish with music. Number 1, listen to the song multiple times. Now that you understand the lyrics, each listen will only reinforce what you've learned. Number 2, try to sing along. Now, don't worry if you can't hit the notes, just focus on pronunciation and rhythm. Number 3, write down unfamiliar words and phrases. Use them in your own sentence to really reinforce these words. Number 4, pay attention to the grammar structures used in the song. Music can be an amazing way to internalize grammar patterns. And number 5, use the Unacademy Languages app to reinforce and practice the vocabulary that you've learned. The app has great resources for vocabulary retention and usage in context. All right, there you have it, amigos. We've broken down Hermanita by Aventura, learned some new Spanish vocabulary, and gone over some tips for learning Spanish with music. Remember, music is a powerful tool for language learning. It's enjoyable, memorable, and exposes you to authentic language use. So keep listening to Spanish music and don't be afraid to dive into the lyrics. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you about the Unacademy Languages app. It's a game changer for my vocabulary and I really think it could help you too. The link to download it is in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that little notification bell so that you never miss an episode of Everyday Spanish with Stephanie. And remember, as we say in Spanish, la música es el lenguaje del alma. Music is the language of the soul. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing your Spanish skills. Thanks for watching, amigos. If you're serious about improving your language skills, I have a great resource for you to try. Check out the Unacademy Languages app. It offers a wide range of lessons from beginner to advanced with native speaker audio and interactive lessons. To learn more, click on the link in the description below. It's a great complement to the tips and the strategies that we discuss in this channel. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Hasta luego!